Let's talk about Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, I guess it's safe to say he's not lived up to being that fourth overall player selected back in that 2021 NBA draft. But there's definitely been a lot of flashes, and that's kind of where they've been left off. They are flashing. He's shown a lot of inconsistent play. He's not a good rebounder, and that's really kind of been the thorn in his side his first 4 years in the league. But when you talk about the player, he's a 6'7" forward who's posted nearly a steal and a block per game in 2024. He only played 43 games due to undergoing foot surgery, but averaged 10 points, 4 boards, 1.5 assists, solid shooter, 39.9% from three-point range. You like his aggression, which has definitely taken a leap forward in terms of three-point attempts. During his rookie year, he was 26% in three-point attempt rate. Sophomore year, 28%. 2023, 40%. And then last year, he was 41%. So you got to love that trajectory there as a floor spacer, a guy that's not going to hesitate from three. And while he's never performed up to expectations, I think this is the kind of prototype of a player the Sixers could use, a multi-positional defender who can knock down threes at a high clip. He's a solid defender in ISO and pick and roll situations, 74th percentile this past year defending ISO attempts, 86th percentile defending primary ball handlers in the pick and roll. He's also a solid point of attack defender, which is something the Sixers really lacked. You know, I'm a big Jaden Springer guy, and that's kind of what I envisioned him to provide. When you look at the NBA, like guarding the point of attack is a major part of a really good team defense, especially if you don't really have a rim protector on the back end. You look at guys like Alex Caruso and why they're so valuable to a defense. It's guys like Patrick Williams and Alex Caruso that like can muck up the start of an action for an opposing team. You know, be disruptive, negate paint touches, stay out of foul trouble. I just think like getting a two-way guy like Patrick Williams who can stretch the floor, be a switchable defender on the other end, and would just, you know, bring a lot of versatility to that Sixers roster this year. Patrick Williams, any thoughts?
Yeah, you know, once again, I love the idea of a Patrick Williams type coming off the bench for this team. Now, you know, when we do this exercise, we're not just looking for starters. We're just talking about guys we want to add into the fold, because I think that's what a lot of people start to think about. Like, oh, he's not a star. It's not always about starters. You know, they could be starters, but at the same time, they're reserve guys, and I think Patrick Williams could play a role on this team. I think he's gritty. I think he can play some good defense for you. And I want to get to this. I want to get to what Mr. Rudy Poo said, because this was a guy that I thought about saying, but there's a reason why I am not including him when we do our targets. But yeah, so I think from a reserve role, when you think about, you know, positions you may have to replace off of that bench, Patrick Williams could serve a purpose here, and probably wouldn't cost you too much, and you know, would fit nicely here.